Hello and welcome to an extra video, a super quick little extra thing that I'm just making and throwing out there in between other videos, because I am working on a weird guitar that you will see later on the channel once I'm done with the actual guitar, and it needs a custom switch. And so I'm gonna turn this standard regular Stratocaster 5-way into a special switch by modding it and turning it into a custom switch. And before I start, I just want you to take a close look at this so that you know what it looks like. Now, don't care about what kind of switch this is, because what I'm going to show you can do to a 4-way switch or a 3-way switch or any other switch. But what I want you to take a look at is the way it looks, the way it functions, the way the legs sit. This mechanism here, for example. If you look really close, you can see it has all these little holes. And if you look even closer, which might be hard to do on this video, you can see the little pins sticking out with legs. And those are the important parts. Now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to this, but you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want to this switch. You can turn it into a lot of different things. We're not even going to talk about how many options there are, because there's so many options. You're just going to need one tool to do the mod, and that is pliers, thin needle nose pliers with a good grip. And if you look right there, that is the connection. I'll point at it with something thinner than my finger. A good thing to have could also be even smaller ones, as you can probably tell. They are a little bit different in size. But I'm going to use these for now. But if you look real close, you can see at these pins here, we can actually pin these pins back together. Careful, and that will let us pull out these legs. It can be a little bit hard to do, so be careful and gentle, and you should be able to, with a little bit of force, squeeze them back and then just push them out, because they're just press fitted together. Well, I got it out, but I broke plastic a little bit. That's okay, but I have to be careful, because on this one that was okay, but it won't be okay on the next one. Because what I want to do is I want to pull that one out. I'm going to try to see if I can get in there. Maybe it's better to pin it with this, because you can see the pins. If it's hard to see on the video, just know that it won't be hard for you to see when you're actually doing this yourself. There we go. Now I got that one out, and what I want to do is I want to flip it over to the other side, basically. Just press it in there. Make sure that you separate the two little claws or pins or whatever you want to call it, so that one is on the underside of this blade and the other one is on the overside. And then you stick it back in here. And now actually I can see that this one is the wrong one. I've pulled out the long one. So I need to use this one instead, because you need only the long one for the last one. So you have to think about that and be a little bit careful about that, so you don't accidentally use the wrong one, because you have the long one is for the out. But it's not that hard to get in place, but it is hard to get it to stay in place. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna open this super glue here and just put dab down and call it a day, I think, because I don't need it to be perfect. You know, it's on the inside. If someone opens it up and thinks it looks ugly, it's okay. So that's the first one. Now just need to remove this one in the middle here as well. Hopefully it will come out even easier, and we can just flip that one over. And since I have the super glue out, I might actually just glue this piece back. We do anything else? Not that it matters. It's not important. It's just cosmetic. So we need to move this one. Let's try to pinch these back, then just press on it to get it out. What I'm doing, but it's just a little pin mechanism here that you have to like pull out like that. There, I got it. See, that's how easy it is. You need to pull it up, I mean straight out, but also straight out. I don't know if that made any sense. Most likely didn't. They get a little bit disformed, but you can just sort of pinch them back together. Then let's see if we can pinch it back in. And again, you can move these to any of the holes on the switch. It only needs to make sense. There we go. That one went in a lot easier. Did you see how well that went? I hope you did. And I'm just, because I really want to keep everything neat and I want to keep everything in its place, I'm just going to put a bit of super glue on each one. Bend the legs back a little bit. Just like so. Okay, so now done that. And I realized that I maybe didn't make this seam as easy as I was hoping to make it seem. I'm sorry about that. I want to make everything look like it's just like super easy to do and no fiddling around and nothing, you know, but I don't know. Sometimes you have a little bit of fiddling. Okay, so just to explain this switch now a little bit, basically, that leg there is the out. As you can see, it's longer and it's always connected. Whatever I do, that leg is always touching this thing. But as I move it, you can see that some legs are not touching. Now that would be perfectly fine, except what I want is I want a 5-way switch that is always only connected to one pin. And when I come to building the guitar that I'm going to build, you're going to understand why. But I don't want any in-between positions. So this plate here is too big and I need to modify it. So what I need to do is I need to take something like a pen. I need to make sure that I have the alignment of this pin right here. This pin right there. And this pin right there. That one and that one. So if I remove this right here, that little bit there, and remove this little bit right there, I should be good to go. Now this is optional. You don't have to do this, obviously. You do whatever you want to. You don't have to put the legs like this. You could have, you know, remove just one leg and have like a kill switch built in, or whatever you want. But I'm going to take my snippers and I'm going to try to just very carefully cut away this piece of metal here. So, and then go over here, and I'm going to try to do the same thing here. So, something like that. Now, we need to check with our multimeter, put it to continuity mode. We attach one here, then we test all of them to see what happens. And we should also bend them away. For example, right here, these two could be touching up here. So I'm going to try to bend them away from each other up here as well. Just so they don't touch. So right here, that's good, that's bad. Wait. That one is touching, so I need to just look at that and be like, okay, I can see there is a little bit of a metal piece sticking up there, so I need to remove that. Here we are. No, that's good. You don't want these two to sound, because it's only this one. Then flip over. Okay. So it's good on that side, but it's bad on this side. So you need to cut this down a little bit. Attach this one, and then just redo it. It's still a little bit. And now it's not this one. That's not good. That's good. I hope you understand, because it doesn't have to, it's not very complicated. But basically now I've made it so I have a switch that has one connection that is going to go to the volume right here. And then as I go through these, they will all be connected to one leg. And so I can have a lot of different things, 5 different things. For example, I could have 5 different pickups and a selector that decided which one was going to be connected. But that's not what I'm going to do, but you're going to have to wait to see what this is actually for. I think I'm going to finalize that shape a little bit, because I just feel like it might, from being moved like this too much, still connect things a little bit wrong. And if you do this, you should really be close, you know, super close, and look at it and use your multimeter and use the continuity to check them and to read them and to make sure they are not behaving in a weird way. And also move it around like this and make sure they don't get stuck, because you you are bending the metal and you might make it look a little bit weird. But anyway, as of filming right now, at least, it looks like everything works the way I want it to. But I just want to say really quickly, like, you can move them anywhere you want. You can move this one down there, so it's not closer, and then you can move all the legs in different ways. And as you can see, you still have the plate for the legs over here. I still have this one that I can move somewhere. I don't have a reason for it, especially since I can't move it there. As you can see, the pin is too small. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, you can definitely, if you have some weird idea, think about how these switches look and how they move. And you can just reshape them. You can take out these. It's also just held in place with little pins that are poked in there. And you can move that entire thing to change the orientation of the switch and how it works. So I hope this inspired you and helped you, and that you're gonna use it to make something weird and crazy, something non-standard, something that no one's ever seen before. And yeah, if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to talk more about this, or if something was confusing about this, talk to me in the comments below and I'll try to clear it up. But that's it for now. Like and subscribe if you're new here. I always forget about that. But yeah, and yeah, anyway, I have to go, you have to go. And, ooh, it's bound around. Anyway, stay awesome and cool is what I'm trying to get to. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.